campaign. And if you're not serious about change, I suggest you stay out of the way and give Cyril Uruwei Garcia. We could give her this chance. We want this change, we need this change, we need that change right now. We need our country back from the PUP and the UDP. We need our country back. Things are getting harder and harder every day. We need our country back. Cyril Uruwei, he look on the play. We need our Dangriga back. Uruwei na fire, he's a proven leader. Uruwei na fire, a fearless advocate. Uruwei na fire, son of soil from Dangriga. Uruwei na fire, ready to fight for his people. We want this change, we need this change, we need that change right now. We need our country back from the PUP and the UDP. We need our country back. Things are getting harder and harder every day. We need our country back. Cyril Uruwei, he look on the play. We need our Dangriga back. Uruwei Rafi we, set an example for all the youths. Uruwei Rafi we, beginning of golden age. Uruwei Rafi we, true representative for all of us. Uruwei Rafi we, Dangriga who quick and Sarah we.
Tonight in Dangriga, a wave of voter dissatisfaction is hitting local and national leaders alike. Mayor Robert Mariano, era Representative Dr. Louis Zabane, and even Prime Minister John Briceño. A new survey by pollster and retired assistant professor Dr. Philip Castillo shows support for Dr. Zabane has plunged dramatically. Remember, he won big in 2020 with 61% of the vote, and his popularity soared even higher in 2025 when he secured 76.5%. But Dr. Castillo's latest polling tells a very different story, one that suggests confidence in these leaders is slipping fast.
He's underwater because I think he's at 41%, which means that more, at 41%, 4 out of every 10 voters do not approve of the job that he's doing. Now, again, we did not ask them why, but some voters, some citizens did provide an opinion. And then the opinion would be that in terms of accessing the area rep, that there seem to be challenges in accessing him, basically, in meeting him and those and that specific issue.
A closer look at the numbers shows Dr. Zabane lost support in Dangriga Town and Saraway, but he's still strong in outlying villages like Hope Creek. Responding to the poll, Dr. Zabane says he welcomes Dr. Castillo's work, but argues that data collected closer to election time gives a truer read on how voters will actually decide.
First of all, the size of the poll is relatively small, but still helpful, so I'm not knocking it in that sense. I'm just saying that if you look at the last polls that he has done, you could go back and check them out. They have been consistently lower than the actual performance. So in my view, I don't believe that the numbers are that low. But even if they were, it is good to know so that you can take action.
One of the things that people were saying is that you're hard to access.
Yes, and that's the one that seems farthest from the truth. I am one of the very consistent area representatives that have office hours. So on Thursdays, like for example tomorrow, I have my office, I am at the office. I have an office that is open from Monday to Friday, so persons can go, and they do go in. So besides the office hours on the Thursdays, I also visit on Saturdays, because we have Dangriga, Saraway, and Hope Creek.
Voters were also asked how they feel about the job Dangriga Mayor Mariano is doing. He first won the mayoral seat with 51% of the vote in 2021 and boosted his support to 63% in 2024. But today his approval shows a slight dip from where he started back in 2021.
He faces election next year, 2027. So what the poll found this year is that he's back around, I think it's 48.9%, or just about 50%. So he's in that range. But then a poll has something called a margin of error, meaning that the 48% could be as high as 48 plus 6, because I think the margin of error was 6.8%, or 48 minus 6. And then again, if you look carefully at the numbers, 17% did not have an opinion. They said not sure or they're uncertain.
Voters also pointed to some persistent concerns in the municipality. They want better streets, improved garbage collection, and real action on unemployment, which many say remain a consistent challenge. When we reached out to Mayor Mariano for a response, he told us, quote, "I am appreciative of Dr. Philip Castillo, and although the next town council elections are a little over a year away, and notwithstanding a lot of change within that time, I am humbled by the favorable poll survey and results at this point in time. We are grateful for the public opinion and will do whatever we can to address their concerns." But the most striking number in this poll is the Prime Minister's approval rating in Dangriga. When voters were asked whether they approve of the job Prime Minister John Briceño is doing, just over half said they do not.
I think it's only 20%. That's 1 in every 5 voters approve of the job that the Prime Minister is doing as Prime Minister. A similar percentage are not sure, but a substantially larger percentage say that they do not approve of the job that he's doing at this point in time.
Is that, based on your observation, a decrease in his approval ratings in Dangriga?
No, I can't answer that question because, to the best of my knowledge, this is the first ever poll being done of the approval rating of the Prime Minister. So there is no comparable data.
For the Prime Minister, though, this poll may not move the needle. His political fate ultimately rests with voters in Orange Walk Central, the constituency that decides his future at the ballot box. Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
Good night, everyone. Greetings to each and every one of you. Belize, Dangriga, Saraway, Hope Creek, Lakeland, New Site, Harlem, Corozal, and PG, San Pedro. I appreciate those of you who reach out, the messages, the encouragement, the stories I receive. Something came in few days ago, and I'm hesitating to talk about it because it sounds like speculation. In Dangriga, where the blue, these are allegations, where the blue might interfere in the upcoming Red Convention. These are speculation. I don't really want to give much detail because I don't want to be a catalyst for just rumors. But folks, greetings, good night to each and every one of you. If you tell me where they're signing from, I will acknowledge your presence. I will acknowledge your participation. So feel free to vibe with me tonight. This evening, I want to invite all of you to be a part of this conversation, to be a part of this candid moment. The elections are upon us. We have options to choose from. The convention between the two UDP slates will be on August 9th, I believe. So I would like to know what Dangriga is feeling, but let me properly welcome those of you that just signed on. I noticed a lot of you signed on in a short space of time. Good evening, good night. wherever you may be. Good morning if you're at Taiwan. Tonight, we're putting party colors aside and asking a question that will shape the future of our town. I want to invite each and every one of you, as you look into your iPad or your iPhone or your tablet or whatever phone you use or your TV. The upcoming elections will be interesting, to say the least. I want to talk a little bit about Dangriga. I have to start at Dangriga and then I will end at Dangriga. But there are some observations that have been surfacing that I want to share as well. Observations when it comes to what's happening nationally, observations when it comes to Belize City. There's some interesting development in Belize City that we want to take notice of, especially when it comes to the mayoral elections. I want to ask each and every one of you, don't just come on these shows and use it as a regular where you just go and you want to know what Uruwei they say about this one and that one. I hope that you have become active citizens. I hope that whatever good I might bring in your home, in your space where you are, from where you're watching right now, be it here in Dangriga, in Belize, in the diaspora, in the States, New York, Chicago, California. I hope that we start make a conscious decision as to how we use with time. Because you have chosen to be on this platform and use your time to either be entertained or to be informed, or you might be one that will participate. But whatever or wherever you are tonight, and on whatever side you stand on, I want to say to you, let's be mindful about how we spend with time, especially when it comes to the politics of our community, of our country, the culture, how things are changing, how we're being affected every day. I want to talk a little bit about, apart from the municipal election, how government spending affect us so much. Not only how government spending affect us each and every day, but also how corruption affect us. Imagine the scandal, the mirror scandal lately. Millions. The last time I checked, them over $13 million. Imagine what $13 million could do for Dangriga, and that's where I left it a couple of days, maybe over a week ago, maybe even 2 weeks. I believe it's way more than that. Imagine what $13 million could do for Dangriga. Imagine if that would be invested in our town. I talk about how Ella in Hopkins, as a cheerleader for Hopkins Village, they received $48,000 for the first phase of their pier. And I'll repeat this. Some of you might be hearing it for the first time. Some of you might be hearing it for the second or the third time. They received $48,000 for the first phase of the pier in Hopkins. When we here in Dangriga, I applaud those men that went out to the town pier raise money from here and there, contribution from that one, contribution from that one, a little bit from this one. I guess the mayor probably contribute, the area representative, bit by bit by bit. They buy lumber, they bring their tools. That was a beautiful initiative. I've been asking the question about that multi-purpose park. We're talking about elections approaching. We're talking about the options we have coming 2027, as a matter of fact, coming August 9th, right here. But I want to point out some of the ills, some of the things that are affecting us as a community, and we're being complacent about moving toward elections. I will start at Dangriga. I will digress and take a detour to Belize City in just a bit. So what I have been saying for the longest, there is a multi-purpose park in development. According to this diagram, and as a matter of fact, the last meeting I had with Mayor Robert Mariano, all this was supposed to be ready by July. That's what I was told. Now, I don't know if that the first phase may already by July or I don't know. But I was told that all of this will be ready by July. Maybe that miscommunication, misunderstanding. My best bet is that they will unveil this multi-purpose park close to election. That then they were doing ribbon cutting. It's almost due. From what I've seen, it seemed to be coming along. I've spoken with different contractors and I asked them, how long it gonna think it if you have all the resources, the money we're gonna need to build what you have there at that multi-purpose park. And all of that could be built in a whole lot less than a year once you have everything where you need. Now, as far as I'm concerned, they have the funding for it. At least that's what we were told. It's moving very slow. And I think it is moving that way for a reason. But I want the people of Dangriga to ask, before we go to the options we have, who will be serving us, who will become the next mayor, who will become the next set of councillors. I want us to take this into consideration. When these brothers went and grabbed donations from all over to repair the town pier, I suggested that they ask the mayor and the area representative if this pier in this diagram, if this is a part of the development, is this pier in this diagram a part of the development? And if it is, what phase? At what phase? Phase 1, phase 2, what phase if it is part of the development? Because if it is, then let us know when you will touch that pier. So we don't have to spend money or they exhaust with energy, exhaust the resources, the little resources that we have. They build something that is going to eventually be demolished. Put that money to good use. Right now, this has been on my mind and my heart. There are two individuals in Lakeland, and don't forget about this. The house burned down. The house burned down. This would be an initiative. This is an initiative I would like to start and partner with anyone. Make we see what their people need. Make we try to get the lumber where they want. Help them get back on their feet. So this type of initiative is good. When we pick up with hammer and we pick up with saw and that one donate with lumber, that one donate nail, that one donate whatever. And we come and we build for each other. The tongue take pride. All that is good. But our leaders have a responsibility. They are obligated to make sure that this town improves. So, back to the options that we have coming this municipal elections. I want to pause and go to Belize City for a bit. Now, if you pay attention to what's been happening in the news, I want to say, I observed the two candidates, the two PUP candidates, mayoral candidates, and I am aware that I am talking as an outsider. Now, when it comes to Pollard, the brother seemed like a grassroots. The bedroom gone through the mills, been a part of the town council for some years, work your way up, had the opportunity to run as a candidate for mayor in the last election, but they tell her, you know what, that's not your turn yet. Step back and give this individual a chance. The man stepped back. Now fast forward, the man put a name in this time around. And currently, it seems now Mr. Miller, Elude Miller, who happened to be the mayor brother-in-law, if I'm not mistaken. Here's I had a premature conclusion on this, I have to say. I observed the brother, two of the brothers, the way how they conduct themselves in the media. And I admire how both of them carry themselves. Take a look at this video. Let me play this video and then I will comment on it.
I saw it on the news. I think one of the pages put it out, and you know, it was something that I wasn't aware of, and I'm not involved in those high-level meetings, unfortunately. But you know, I saw it. I don't know what the basis was exactly, and I probably that will be unveiling in the coming days. So once I get that information, then I could tell you. Know.
Would you have wanted him to run again? You supported him a lot in the previous election.
Well, of course, you know, I'm always for younger candidates running, and I always think that, you know, the democracy should be showcased at the polls, you know. But of course, the party has its arms and they have their reasons, and of course, I have to understand that and be mindful of that. So whatever decision they make, I'm sure it's because of the best interest of the party. I saw it on the news. I think one of the pages put it out, and you know, it was something.
First, I have to say, I like how these brothers conduct themselves. I like how they carry themselves, how they present themselves. And I would like our candidates here in Dangriga to take note. I want to find this interview with Elude, but while I am searching for it, because I have a point to make, I like how these brethren, they conduct themselves. I like the way they present themselves. Not only how they look, right? How they dress, but the way they speak. I got to find this. I can't find this video, but the way they speak, I would love that for my tongue. Nowadays, man, we got to have mayor we take pride in this town, where kids could look up to and say, I want to be like that. I want to look like that. I want to smell like that. Like just the way them ballet clean at all times. I have to talk about it. It might be simple for some of these guys in Belize City who I'm still searching for this video because I have a point to make. I want to add it to me. It's going to drive home my point. These brethren, the way how they present themselves. So, Griga, I'm saying all this to whosoever will be the next mayor of Dangriga. And no wait till you become the next mayor. The way you present on yourself verbally, the way you present on yourself physically, represent Griga well. That's what I'm asking of my future mayor or current mayor. Represent people, the people of Dangriga well. Show that image to our kids, our children, the aspiring mayors and councillors. Let them look at you and let it be a good example. So, make we copy something from these guys in the city. Not make it be that because a city that they always, we could look clean too. We could look presentable. So, back to city. Now, for those of you in Belize City, I don't know if you guys observe this or this a part on a calculation. I've been seeing Mr. Miller in the news more often. My best bet is that because he is the current mayor's favorite and he is the deputy mayor, putting him in front of the faces of the people kind of probably adding to his political mileage. I think it's a strategy. Am I against it? I don't got no kind of no shilling in it. I just talk about my observation. Me Bale Pollard, not me Bale, but the brother, the grassroots. It's going to be a tough convention between the two. It's going to be a tough. I would like to hear Abner. Good night, my brother. Good night. I would like to hear your feedback as to what you think about Belize City. That like a pull, and then it looked like Pollard have the most of the maybe most depend on the delegates or I'm sorry, the people. It's gonna be a tough race in Belize City. I think it's gonna be a tough race, but at the plenary video because I want to encourage those of us here in Dangriga to look, pay attention, and the things that we could adapt here in Dangriga, let's take it, let's adapt it, let's become better. Let's be the inspiration for our youths so that they want to strive for better in the way we present ourselves in every way. So, municipal election is near. Corozal, what's happening in Corozal? Herman Martinez, good night, bro. And to all your viewers, looking forward to another informative session. My brother Herman, what's happening in Corozal? Listen, the little I know when it comes to Corozal, Rigo Veo, I know Rigo, Mayor Rigo. The man, I know he put in the work. And again, at the top as an outsider. I know quite a few people, a lot of people up north. And I have worked with Mayor Rigo on more than one initiative before. The brother has been putting in the work. I ask Corozal people for telling me the good, the bad, and the ugly about Mayor Rigo, and it's rare you hear anything negative. Now the PUP is allowing convention in certain parts of the country. Certain areas, they don't allow convention. See, it's a power play. And this is why I can't do with the PUP, UDP. It's going to have to really work in the favor of my tongue, of my constituency, before I would even think about running under PUP or UDP. But apart from that, so in Corozal, you have Mayor Rigo, PUP, and then you have, I think, her Shari, I believe, Thea Garcia's favorite. Now, this is being done, I'm hearing from the ground, to take control of power so that they have full control of that area in Corozal. People of Corozal, I can't tell them what to do. I'd have Dangriga. But I want to try, if I could encourage, pay attention, ask questions, make an informed decision. Don't go and vote for somebody just because the Prime Minister family or extension of the Prime Minister family want to plant her own in. Don't do that. Do your research. Ask around. Ask about Mayor Rigo. Ask about the new person. Why the convention? As a matter of fact, now this might be different for Dangriga, and I'll explain why. But I agree with Jules when Jules say what 3-term mayor shouldn't have to enter into a convention. Now, I would add to that a 3-time mayor who has been putting in the work shouldn't have to run for be contested in a convention. And most Corozalinos, a lot of Corozalinos will agree that Mayor Rigo has been putting in the work. So why would they want to set somebody to run against him in a convention? So, and then we come to Dangriga. Mayor Robert Mariano, which would be a 3-time mayor, he is serving his 2nd term at the moment. It has been said through the grapevine, allegedly, that there are many PUP who wanted to contest, who wanted to go against Mr. Mariano for the mayorship. But for some reason, I guess it worked in the man's favor, and they ended up endorsing him as the candidate for the PUP unilaterally. Now, I hope that the rumors are wrong, that others may want to run up against the man. I hope that that wasn't the case, because that would really defeat the whole idea of democracy. It wouldn't be surprising neither. But now, when it comes to Mayor Mariano and his slate, there are individuals who have received messages from who ask me and say, Uruwei, do you know the people under Mr. Mariano's slate? I don't know about all of them. I believe it is Mike Evans, I heard. They have 3 new ones, I believe. Mike Evans, this young lady, her name is not coming to me. I know her as her false Facebook name. Too bad I can't remember her real name. I know Jerris Valentine is likely running again. Hilberto Bernardes is running. Sharon Valentine is another one of the new ones. I think there are 3 of them. Mike Evans, Sharon Valentine. I'm sorry. Not Sharon Valentine. Miss Flores Data. Sharon. What do these people have to offer? I want to know. Genuine, innocent question. What do these people have to offer? I want to know, what do these people have to offer when it comes to a counselor, running for a counselor? And for the ones who have been there for the past term or 2 terms, I want to know what your contribution or contributions have been to the community of Dangriga. How available have you been? You see, because these councillors, people who run up for councillors, I'm not to blame any one particular person, but that easy money for a lot of people. What easy $1,200-$1,500 every month. To do what? To do what? Some people become councillor out of popularity. Because they're popular, make we add them power slate. Yeah, be more votes for we. These are the kind of game where we play with the future of our town, with our children's future. Uno no go vote for people because they're popular. Uno no go vote for people because uno know them and they do whatever they do. Listen, I learn in this political arena. People are groomed to become politicians. People groom themselves to become politicians. They get in at this, they do that, because they already have an idea that they want to eventually be a councillor and then they want to probably be a mayor. People get groomed for this kind of thing. I had a conversation with Alberto Agas just yesterday. And Alberto said something to me that resonated. He said, you know what? Belize need leaders that become politicians, not politicians who then become our leaders. This is what we are doing nationwide. We are getting politicians, lying people, thieves, deceitful, cunning, crooked politicians, greedy. They understand money. They understand how they can milk the system. And so politicians become our leaders instead of leaders becoming politicians. Aaron Anderson, I know Evans personally. He's a very successful businessman and contributes in many ways. Devon Jones, good night, my brother. Tamara Rubio, good night. Good night to you. Good night to each and every one of you watching, tuning in from wherever you're tuned in from. So, folks, please no go voting people because they're popular. Please no go voting people. If you do your due diligence, do your due diligence. Now, convention is upon us. August 9th. Sunday, August 9th. I was saying earlier, for the aspiring councillors, for the ones who want to get elected again for the 3rd term or even for the 2nd term, you owe it to the people of Dangriga to let us know how you have contributed to the betterment of this town. To the aspiring mayors, Robert Mariano, my brother, show us how you have improved this town, not just by the bare minimum, not just by what we get from central government, whichever one of the aspiring councillors in the UDP camp, we want to know. I don't know the feedback I've gotten. Actually, let me go by the feedback that I've gotten from the people who watch the live. People are not impressed. People have yet to hear what you have in mind. Both slits. People are not impressed. So, Miss Joyce Cayetano, good night to you. Good night to you, my beloved sister. So, with elections upon us, now I'm hearing allegations about bribery in advance. I'm hearing that the PUP, there's a UDP member from one of the slates who met with a well-seasoned PUP to plan to make sure that they walk out victorious for the upcoming August 9th convention. I've been hearing also that one of the slates were being offered money to step down. You hear things like this. Now, I don't know if they want to give information for throw bait, but I bring it up because I've been hearing it from different individuals. Politics is dirty, nasty. I have stated before how I feel about both candidates from the UDP. I would like to know how Dangriga feels. I would like to know how Dangriga feels. In the meantime, I want to applaud the effort of youth. Some of you might have seen this little youth on the Open Your Eyes morning show, but I want to play it and just to recognize him and applaud him. Take a look, take a listen.
The journey so far has been, great, excellent. I have the support from my family, friends, and it has been good.
When did you begin this?
I began three years ago. I started, at 12, I started on my brother. And from there, I took it on to friends and I said, all right, I will take it on as a business just 10 months ago.
Wow.
It was a moment for me.
Yeah.
I watched him from our veranda first.
Yeah.
Getting people there, trimming them, and I looked and I would step outside to, are you actually doing this, Joaquin? And I couldn't believe it. And next thing you know, he said, Mom, I think I want to open a studio downstairs. I said, studio? I said, but we are not yet completely finished with what we have downstairs. He said, no, Mom, I've already spoken to Dad and we got this, we're going to do this. I said, Joaquin, when you want to do this? He said, Mom, in the next couple of weeks.
Whoa.
So you already had a plan,
you're sure?
timeline,
and he said, yes. And of course, behind every child that seemed to be very ambitious, dedicated, we had no other choice but to just support him.
So you said
and
that.
So that's what we did.
The journey so far has been, great, excellent. I have the support from my family, friends, and
We need more of this. Griga. I understand this youth is right here from Dangriga. I salute you. Young man, I salute you. Parents, I salute you. This is beautiful. This is a beautiful story. We need more of this. We need more of this. Listen, whether we want it or not, tourism is going to keep expanding. More people will come into Belize. Other areas they get developed. Hopkins develop. Placencia develop. Dangriga will they try, will they observe, will they see what will happen. We must prepare ourselves. This young man, at his age, man, that's a beautiful story. And I want to encourage more parents, encourage on the youths. I had an interview with Dr. Philip Castillo not too long ago. We talk about appliances. If they could become electricians, to know how to fix appliances, start them out early, get them occupied with constructive things, get them out of the streets, make them make some money. So I want to applaud that youth, and I want to applaud the parents. That's a really, really great story. And hopefully I get to meet them in person soon. So I want to hear from Dangriga. What's your take on the options that we have this coming municipal election? Randy Castillo, don't even know the councillor for Bakatong if you ask me. So get to know the people that will be leading you, the people that you will be voting for. And friends, family, I know it's easier said than done, but not go sell out on the votes. Don't go and sell out your vote. The only way this tongue will push forward is if real independent people. We have to stop depend on this political system. The only way they will do what is best for us as a group, as a collective, is when we stand together and demand the best for our town, for our communities. Not just one scholarship for one household, not just make them fix front of one person house, not just make them pick up the trash regularly on time for one person area, for all away. Not just this person get pantry and then this one can't get because they don't have UDP. The only way this tongue will move forward and become better and stronger is if we make decisions together when it comes to voting, doing what is best for the town. Do we have enough lights? Are our drains maintained? The streets, are they maintained over the past 2 terms? Ask the right questions. Ask the right questions. Let me go to the comments. Listen, Dangriga, I would like to hear from you. What do you think about the 2 UDP candidates? August 9th, convention for the UDP. What do you think about the slates, the PUP slate? Do you think Mayor Robert Mariano deserves another term, 9 years? Do you believe that Mayor Mariano deserved to hold the office for 9 years? Which one of the UDP candidate is your favorite? Your favorite because you think that that's the best person, not that the person who could do the job. Some people, they say, if one person win, John will be mayor. What does Dangriga say? What does Dangriga say? So, this coming 2027 municipal election, what are you asking of your mayor or potential mayors? What do you request from them? Start to put them to task. Not make them just get on the votes like that and give them a whole lot of control. And then you keep living the same way you live. You keep going through life year after year, living the same way after you sell out your vote. Now, I want to run this video right here so and comment on it. This video of Dickie has been circulating, and if you haven't seen this video yet, man, then I am glad that I will be showing it tonight.
The annual budget of $1,500,000,000 every year. The taxpayers of this country hand the government over $1 billion, which is wasted, squandered, stolen every year. 50 to 60% of our people, they struggle to get a meal. They don't know where a meal come from tomorrow. And then waste and thief up the money. I know they put no procedures. There's no accountability anymore in our country. Nobody accountable. The annual budget of
$1.5 billion. $1.5 billion. Taxpayers. Imagine. And Dangriga broke. Nothing not going to Dangriga. Nothing not going away. But anytime election season come, we hot ready to do the same thing all over again. Voting the same ridiculous people who could care less about our upliftment. $1.5 billion. Listen to this. Listen to
couldn't
this.
happen without the public service. There is no way that the law requires that when you put in an invoice of $50,000 or more, it goes to some kind of vetting oversight process. And that perhaps it may have started for convenience. It's not an easy thing to be a civil servant, processing people's claims, and then it has to go through a process. They blame you, they want to hear nothing else. So when I get my money, that's why I know daily government, I know I have nothing more to do with that. All I'm going to so slow, how long, 2 months done gone, I can't get my money. It's that there is a pressure on some public officers, but there is also corruption involved, because if I be sending my invoice to collect money, I can say to you, you know, if you speed up my thing, I'll get something. And then the second time around, you say like, I don't want to speed up nothing, because the man, these slight joke, I can, pay school fees for that kind of money. I'll give you more. And so the buck stops at the public officers, the accountants, the finance officers, the chief executive officer. That is where the problem can be resolved and solved. If we find that the procedure is a little outdated and a bit colonial, we have the ability to improve and change it. The public service needs to be improved upon. Politicians will be politicians. You can't change that beast. That is something which by very nature, the public service are the protectors, are the safeguard of the public purse. And also they're the ones who know where the hanky-panky, the stealing, the corruption, the waste is taking place. They can't manage a budget of $1,700,000,000. That is what is spent every year, over $1 billion. These are colonial structures in place which is not up to speed. There's nobody.
Over $1 billion, 1.5, $1.7 billion. Imagine. This government, and we're not just to say PUP, you know, just politicians on a whole. We need to stop behave comatose, like we just dead, like we're brain dead. Do we really allow, like, we don't really want do this year after year, and on the children will pick up after on and start do the same thing? Imagine one family they circulate, money they circulate around one family. Over $13 million the last time I checked. Listen to this again. Listen to this. Listen to this again.
These are Colt M4 carbines. They are military-grade rifles, good for a barrel life of 20,000 rounds. In June, the BDF and the Belize Coast Guard got 350 of them, an acquisition welcomed by soldiers who suffered in the past with well over 100 inferior Taurus brand rifles, which were not military-grade and fell apart after only 10,000 rounds fired. So the Colt rifles are a good thing, but is it a fair price? Not based on our research. These Colt rifles sold online are almost identical to the ones which the BDF got. The CEO says the ones purchased by the Ministry of Defense are, quote, military grade and had some modifications from the standard package. We found the standard package rifles retailing for just over $1,000 US. So then, the bulk wholesale price would be much less. But how much did the Ministry of Defense pay for the weapons? Try $3,000 US, or 6,000 Belize dollars each. That's more than 2 times the highest price we saw online. And remember, the government doesn't pay duty, so only the shipping and handling costs would be added to the cost paid by the importer. The chosen supplier in this case is Fort Point Security. And for them, selling 350 rifles at $6,000 each, it was a $2.1 million sale. But did they make a fair profit, or was it an obscene profit? Let's say the supplier bought the rifles wholesale for $1,000 US each and made a tidy 50% profit of $500 US each. That would still be 3,000 Belize dollars each. But not twice that, not $6,000. We asked the CEO if he felt the $6,000 price tag was fair, and he said, quote, I definitely believe we got value for money. But he could not tell us based on what he made his value assessment. He also told us that, quote, the procurement of the rifles followed the GOB tender process, but we could not find the invitation to tender online, nor did he provide it to us when asked.
Imagine. You know, the amount of scandal, the amount of corruption they come out of this government like a revolving door every day. I receive messages every day. Every day. Now, for me, I pretty much I'm not a Channel 7. I'm not a Channel 5. You can't keep up with all of this. No one man can keep up with all these people are doing. Which brings me to this point. I still want to talk about municipal election, but I have to share this. The government, under the guise of the BBA, the Belize Broadcasting Association, and to all of you tuned in tonight, I really need you all to tune in, listen in. And please share this with your friends and your family. I'll release a separate video explaining all this. I'll try to shrink it in like a minute or two so. The Belize Broadcasting Association, they are coming up with this bill. They have a draft bill where people like myself will have to acquire a license to go live. Now, the rules, they will come up with their own rules as to what we will breach if we breach anything, or what could be breached. Now, I saw two content creators who come out and, express their concerns as well. But I can almost assure you with confidence, this is not about next content creator who they make their leave money out here. So I'm almost certain. This is about silencing people who attack against the government. That's my hunch. The government, under the guise of the BBA, who are the members of the BBA, the Belize Broadcasting Association? Who are the members? I can almost guarantee that the members are PUP affiliated. They're either members of the People's United Party, they're either already part of government, then are the one where we decide who forget license. Now, in order for you to keep your license, you have to be kept in check. You have to make sure that you're going by certain guidelines. Who are coming up with their guidelines? They will. Now, if you breach any of their guidelines, they have penalties from up to 10,000, 50,000, 100,000. My best bet, my hunch is that they are trying to silence people who speak against, who talk against this administration, who speak against corruption. There is an attorney, man, I wish I could find this video. I had already put it on my hard drive to share. There's an attorney who spoke so passionately about somebody who she is taking to court. Nothing against the attorney, nothing against this lady. I don't know this lady from Adams. I don't know if she's politically affiliated. I hope not. I'm gonna try to find this video. I hope not. But she spoke passionately about how she's taking this person to court because this person was warned not to be saying something that is untrue against her or her client. Don't take my word for it. I'll try to find this video right now. But so it is, I'm assuming, so because of that, so one person, all of us will pay for that one person who they're taking to court. There are many laws in place. I have consulted with some of my attorney friends. There are many laws in place for people who defame another person's character, defamation of character. Why care people like me through the hoops of having to get a license? Now listen to this, people. Please listen to this. They will then have the authority to monitor what I say. And what I say, if what I say is against whatever guidelines that they will put out, they could have the authority. We will give them the power to get smart or BTL, whichever ISP we have. ISP internet service provider. If I'm with BTL, they will have the power to tell BTL, cut him out. Not only that, they will have the authority to tell my ISP, my internet service provider, not only cut him out, but block his page, block Obafo TV. No make that show that Belize. We don't want a page pop up that Belize. So Ono, where they watch right now, will live that Belize. These are the freedom of speech. These are my hunch, okay? These are my gut. I've read the bill, the draft bill. I have attorney friends who explain certain things to me, and I will go through it. I want to do a separate video on it because I want to go through some details that you must understand. They want to silence people like me. We're becoming a communist country. That is right, Miss Joyce. So keep your eyes and ears out, open for updates about this. The Belize Broadcasting Association, they're coming up with a bill that's going to affect people like myself, broadcasters who go live online regularly. We will have guidelines, but you know what is so hypocritical, friends and family? How much corruption this government engaged in that they have yet to be held accountable for. Now they want to come up with this Belize Broadcasting Association for online broadcasters like myself to get license just so to protect other. Protect who? Protect who? Why would I need a license to go live? I did my research. I checked if there's any other country doing this. So far, I haven't found a country doing this. Only Belize want to do this. America has laws, but not like this. When I could just go cut off the internet for somebody because they don't like what you say. Now, I give you in a layman's terms, but you know the way how they are worded in a bill, come up with some highfalutin languages and legal terms so, for try last people. This is a tyrannical government. They are this is a dangerous thing that they're doing. I demand a consultation in Dangriga. And the people of Dangriga, for those of you who tune into Dangriga Unmuted, who tune into Obafo TV, those of you in the diaspora, those of you in Belize City, all over, you need to let your government know you cannot do this. You cannot do this. Let me try to find this. This is real gangster. We can't let them, we can't give them this type of control. Do not give them this type of control. It is dangerous. It's a dangerous thing. Friends, while I'm at it, while I'm searching for this video, because I really want to play it, I want to encourage those of you in the Chicago area, Waukegan, surrounding areas, stay connected, stay in tune for UBNI's 15th annual scholarship gala. This is going to be held, I believe, on August 8th. All right? Make sure you want to reach out. This is an event for those of you who like, you know, nice environment. Rub shoulders with people who want good for Belize, who want to improve the quality of life for our children. So I encourage each and every one of you to support this initiative by UBNI, United Belizeans of Northern Illinois. I'm going to try to share this, find this video to share with you guys because I think, it is so important that we keep abreast with what's happening in our country. Do not remain ignorant, friends and family. Do not remain ignorant. I still not to give up on this video. I want to be able to. Do not be ignorant. There is a lot happening in our beautiful Joel. There is a lot happening here in Dangriga. Don't be ignorant. Know what's happening in your community. Let's see here. Here we go. All right. I want to go back. I will digress a bit here. I want to go back to Belize City mayoral candidate Eliud Miller. Listen to this, brother. All right. This is what I was talking about because I played one with Alan Pollard earlier. Listen to this brother right here.
I would not want for anybody to get the idea that we're taking on $46 million in new investment. We had over $20 million worth of existing investment. And so what is happening is that we are reprofiling that, meaning that we are turning it from short-term investments, 1 to 2 year investments into the city, into longer-term investments, 5 to 10 year. But as a part of that as well, we're also taking on some new investments. And that has been going well. I think we have been doing a good job of encouraging the public and private sector to invest in Belize City. As you know, it is one of the most attractive offerings on the financial market. There is a lot of liquidity out there in the market. And I think the Belize City Council has effectively managed our municipal securities offering over time. I am proud to say that we have never defaulted on an interest or principal payment, even through the impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic, even through the impacts of Hurricane Lisa and all the economic implications that came along with that. We have been able to meet every single payment. We continue to do what is necessary to build our interest reserve fund and our sinking fund, and those continue to be managed properly as well. And so I'm happy to report that that has been going well.
So the reason I share this video, 2 reasons. One, you see how my brothers express themselves? That's what I want. That's what I would like to see for Dangriga. That's what I would like to see here in Dangriga. Expressing yourself intelligently. I want people who could represent me when they go to Belize City or even outside of Belize City. That when they say, they say Dangriga. As a matter of fact, that's what happens. When they say, they say Dangriga. So just keep that in mind. The way how the brother explained himself. One more thing I want to comment on. Stay hydrated. Stay hydrated. One more thing I want to comment on. I believe that they are gearing up, setting up this brother for the mayor seat. He will be running against Pollard in a convention. Right? So he will be running against this brother right here. He had to run against Pollard. You will see this brother popping up quite a bit in the media. This is my observation from an outsider for those of you in Belize City. You are seeing this bedroom pop up in the media more often. More than Alan Pollard. This bedroom I don't. Okay, this thing they take too long to show your face again. So let me just go and replay this once more. Here we go. So this bedroom right here, so right? They're preparing him for the mayor's seat. He that the current mayor's favorite. He that the current mayor's brother-in-law. So why not, right? So they're preparing the brother. He gonna be running up against this brother. So I can't tell Belize City who to vote for, but that's just part of my observation when it comes to the municipal election for Belize City. Another thing I want to make mention of, right, talking about elections. Now, what disgusts me, for those of you die-hard PUP, just bear with me a little bit, right? I want to play this video by Ono Prime Minister. I want to play this video by your Prime Minister. And I want to explain something.
Hi everybody, here at the PUP National Headquarters in Belize City. As a government, we've been working very hard for the past 5 years. And I know sometimes we do make some mistakes. But I can tell you that as a government, we accept those mistakes and we fix them. Here, hi everybody, here at the PUP National Headquarters.
So, the man know they make some mistakes by veteran. Wanna make some mistakes. You know what my problem with this? The PUP is trying to take control like our power play. All these people are so power hungry and money hungry. They want to make sure that they put in their people where they want. Take, for example, Mayor Trapp in San Ignacio, Santa Elena. Mayor Trapp, this man has been the mayor for the past 4 or 5 terms, I believe. Not only that, like, folks, if you know somebody that the people's favorite, this are the thing with politics where I don't like, right? Because the PUP have to take control. They need for their people in there. No matter if they're bringing somebody crooked, it have to be PUP. Not only PUP, it have to be the person where they can control. Just like what it happened in a Corozal. Mayor Rigo now have to go against somebody where Taya Garcia want to plant in this because they have to have the control. Why you want to do that? Mayor Rigo will be a 3-time mayor. I think this is going on his 4th term. If the man they do the work and he's a 3-time, 4-time mayor going on his 4th term, why you want to make the man go through a convention? So let's see what the Prime Minister is saying.
In Belize City. As a government, we've been working very hard for the past 5 years. And I know sometimes we do make some mistakes. But I can tell you that as a government, we accept those mistakes and we fix them. Here we are today preparing for the municipal elections in March of 2027. Our municipalities have worked hard over the past 3 years from north to south, east to west. And I believe that next year we need to give them another chance to continue the work.
We need to give them another chance to continue the work. If they have been doing a great job, man, by all means, give them another chance. Give them another chance to continue the work if they have been doing a great, if they've been doing the work. But if not, vote them out. Vote them out. If not, vote them out. Vote them out. They have not been serving the people of Belize well for the most part. This administration they have been engaging in corruption as soon as they get in a power. Wanna remember March 2025. March 12th. By the following day, you don't hear CEO, they get raised. As soon as they get in a power. Then you got a Fort Diamond Security, where they pay what security company at the airport for years of service where the company name they do. Corruption on top of corruption. Folks, there's so much more to say, so much to talk about. Wednesday, next week, Wednesday. Sunday, I'll go live. I have 2 guests lined up. One for this coming Sunday and one for Wednesday. I won't release the names just yet, but Wednesday is tune in. It's going to be very, very informative. I come on live tonight because I just wanted to chop it up with you guys, hear from you, pick your brains a bit. Let me go to the comment. Dion, PM Liad, bad, Dion, bad. Lumara Swallow. Miss Joyce, yes, we're become, right? I read this one before. I come on live tonight, friends. I had a guest scheduled for tonight, but we decided that it's gonna take more planning, more preparation, and I want to make sure that once I have this guest on, that you guys will have back-to-back informative, meaty conversations. So I want your feedback. I'm not going to be able to see all the comments, but for the ones that pop up on my screen, thank you all for your comments. Those of you who tune into Dangriga Unmuted on a weekly basis, regularly, I want to thank each and every one of you for always tuning in. Remember, the bill that the government is trying to bring into effect, the Belize Broadcasting Association, trying to get broadcasters like myself who go live weekly on a regular basis. They will eventually have us acquire a license. How much the license will be for? I don't know how much. If we get sponsorship from anybody, so far I don't get sponsorship like that. If we get sponsorship, they want to cut off of that. This is dangerous. They will come up with guidelines as to rules for us that if we break those rules, they could levy fines for 10,000 to 50,000 to 100,000 on us. They will even have the power to tell Smart or BTL, shut him down. Or not only that, not only shut him down, but black his page, black Obafo TV, black Hot Off the Press, black whatever, black. Once we allow them to pass this bill, we will be giving them too much control. I will release a video explaining this in detail. I hope that we pay attention to what's happening in our country. We cannot allow them to muzzle us, to pacify us, to control what we say and when we say it. Folks, brothers and sisters, Dangriga, this is yours truly, Cyril Uruwei. This is Dangriga Unmuted, where we unmute the truth, we demand change. Thank you all for tuning in. Belize City, Dangriga, Punta Gorda, the Keys, San Pedro. To all of you, the diaspora, keep tuning in. Keep sending the information. Anything you find interesting, let me know. Let's hold them accountable. Good night to each and every one of you. BT Guyo.
The people's campaign. And if you're not serious about change, I suggest you stay out of the way and give Cyril Uruwei Garcia. We could give her this chance. We want this change, we need this change, we need that change right now. We need our country back from the PUP and the UDP. We need our country back. Things are getting harder and harder every day. We need our country back. Cyril Uruwei, he look on the play. We need our Dangriga back. Uruwei na fire, he's a proven leader. Uruwei na fire, a fearless advocate. Uruwei na fire, son of soil from Dangriga. Uruwei na fire, ready to fight for his people. We want this change, we need this change, we need that change right now. We need our country back from the PUP and the UDP. We need our country back. Things are getting harder and harder every day. We need our country back. Cyril Uruwei, he look on the play. We need our Dangriga back. Uruwei na fi we, set an example for all the youths. Uruwei na fi we, beginning of golden age. Uruwei na fi we, true representative for all of us. Uruwei na fi we, Dangriga walk quick and Sarah we. We want this change, we need this change, we need that change right now. We need our country back from the PUP and the UDP. We need our country back. Things are getting harder and harder every day. We need our country back. Cyril Uruwei, he look on the play. We need our Dangriga back. And for anyone who said they don't know the man, you know, originally Rick Paleka. Remember Until Lily Paleka? That's Until Lily's son. On election day, I will not go to the polls and betray my conscience. Election day, make sure you follow your conscience. Choose change now.